intestines throb. Blood whispers.
Watch yourself.
Easy.
I spy a trap.
Place is more
Tastes
dangerous than I
for
thought.
blood.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Defender of the people.
Let's move. I'll give it a shot.
Unlock hereby the path to the Elminster Vault.
No traps, please. Wonder what's past this. If not over, then through. A book on Netherese magic. Galen may like to know.
The Annals of Karsus. The preamble to a civilization's downfall, committed to parchment by the very hand that wrought its destruction. The truth of the crown, I hope. All that stands between us and enlightenment is the turn of a page. This isn't what I expected. This is much more. The crown of Karsus. And this is no mere journal. It contains Karsus's original plans for the crown's construction. His designs for godhood. Not from scratch. Unless you happen to have several pounds of the purest Netherese metals in that pack of yours. Don't worry. I'm not asking you to surrender anything else on my account. What's called for here is something altogether different. The book states that the crown and netherstones were originally one construct, seemingly sundered at the moment of Karsus's downfall. If we can collect the crown's setting and the 3 netherstones, and with the correct invocation of certain spells and gestures detailed in these notes, I think I could reforge it. Well, there'd be risk in such an endeavor, but only proportionate to the reward. Just think of it. The power of the gods in mortal hands at last would be free of doctrine and dogma, confined only by the limits of our imaginations. I promise you, the gods will never grant us such a blessing, no matter how much we worship and adore them. Then you're already wiser than me. That's a lesson I've only recently learned. I worshipped Mistra loyally for years, and in that time she granted me the barest sliver of the power I was ready to wield. Even with the fate of the world at stake, she had little more to offer me than the means of blowing myself up at a more convenient time. She's done nothing to help us. Mistra wanted the brain obliterated because of this crown. She fears a world in which such power is beyond her control, ready to be claimed by Karsus's successor. Do you think I had not considered that? I have no intention of repeating his folly. Powerful as he was, Carsters lacked some advantages I can lay claim to. I know Mistra intimately, and I carry a fragment of the weave itself within my body. Carsters achieved many things, but he never managed that. A long road lies ahead before the crown comes into our possession. All I ask for now is that you did not dismiss this I'm glad you got it up. Here's your
Need to find a way forward. Seems like a good moment to talk.
Ally mine, we are reunited once more. I was just regaling sweet Isabel with tales of our prowess.
Very impressive. Thank you for helping Aelin. That wizard sounded absolutely dastardly.
He did, and it came. Now, my friend, bask in your victory. I will do the same. My darling, we must inform our friend of our news.
Indeed. I've scouted a Selûnite enclave outside the city. They faced the Absolute's armies and come out battered and bruised. Aelin and I will go to them, provide what help we can.
But fear not. When the time comes for you to face the foe of foes, Isabel and I will stand by your side.
We wouldn't miss it. Not for anything.
Go well, friend. We will see you soon. And with our great powers combined, this city will be saved.
Elminster?
Oh, hello, my boy. No, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying a lungful of Baldurian air. Yes, a distinctive aroma, though perhaps not one worthy of bottling. I hear you've been browsing in the most esteemed of Emporium's sorcerous sundries. Indulge my curiosity. What wonders did you discover there? Is that so? Well, far be it for this doddering old archmage to pry into another man's shopping bag. As we're here, I shall offer you a morsel of general and non-specific advice, yours to apply to any relevant knowledge you may have recently acquired. Some things are best left broken, and some people are well worth restoring.
What are you saying? Or rather, what are you not saying?
Mystra knows you defied her, Gale. Ah, of course she knows. She's Mystra. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last. There is only one reason why you should set your ambitions on such an item. To offer it over to Mystra as a token of your loyalty. Perhaps then she would overlook your earlier failings. But if you crave it for yourself, you would not just be failing her, you would be challenging her. Choose wisely, Gale. Do not trade one calamity for another. If you will not hear it from me, hear it from your goddess. What truths she has to offer are for your ears alone. Gale of Waterdeep. Godspeed.
So all it took to get Mystra's attention was to learn how to reforge an artifact that once destroyed her. It's obvious when you stop to think about it. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. For now, I'm just a regular wizard holding the blueprint for greatness. Mystra knows I've read Carsus's designs. I'm certain of that. And it clearly has her shaken. This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards. After you. Mistra's likeness. It's been some time since I stood before her in a place like this.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mistra, goddess of the weave, mother of all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic. It sets your teeth on edge.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mistra, wherever she may be.
Go on then, Gale. We'll be here waiting for you when you're finished.
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mistra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee. Am I? You're right. I am a strong, capable wizard. And this is no more than a casual reunion with an ex-lover. My omnipotent, omniscient ex-lover. I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it. Oh, that hardly matters. There's not much further I could fall in Mistra's estimation. But I'd like to at least leave her with something to think about. During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm gonna have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go. It's one thing for us to actually pursue the crown. I'm not entirely sure I want to threaten Mistra with the prospect on her own turf, so to speak. I think it's best I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of 3 dragon ante. I'll let Mistra show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
Gale of Waterdeep, you look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite weave.
You can no more control the Karsite weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
A great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on, as you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
Back on mortal soil once more. I can't believe I saw her. After all this time. She gave us the secret of the orb's power. I call that extremely useful knowledge to have. The Karsite weave. Within me this whole time. I knew the orb was no ordinary ball of magic before it to be Karsus's malignant creation. Gods! How did I not see that? But I should have known. What right had I to go about declaring myself an archmage when I was as foolish as a common apprentice in setting such an entity loose? At least now I'm armed with the truth. And Mistra's expectations. Sounds like the door to redemption is open at last. All I have to do is walk through it, carrying the crown of Karsus. Thank you. There aren't many I'd trust to stand beside me on such a journey. Fewer still who would do so because they believed I deserved such a chance. If I could promise you one thing in return for your faith in me, it's this. I will use everything in my power to ensure we defeat this evil. I will not let you down. Now, I believe we've a date with an Elder Brain to get to. Shall we?
Welcome back. You have come far, Of course, my child. Within limits. Behold my wares.
Mistra has forsaken Gale entirely. A crushing blow. But he is strong enough to persevere, I think. And a hard-won freedom at that. Well done. An unwieldy number.
from me to judge Gale for playing coy with Mistra, but I will not be cleaning up whatever mess she makes of him for. You'll need to free up your ranks a little further.
You wish to consult me?
I take no pleasure in his passing. Of course, I sympathize. As it is, but I will never forgive him for handing me to Orin.
There's no space for me.
Unless you want to set fire to the Baldur's Mount Gazette headquarters.
Tidy up. Do you remember?
Left, right. Down.
A couple turns should do it.
That might be worth
Property in constant use. Gathering strictly prohibited.
Maybe I need more pockets.
Being arrested for theft. If you have a defense, make it now.
You picked the wrong fight, friend.
Of blood is in the air. Oak Father, give me your strength.
Ready for battle.
Consider my hackles raised.
Being arrested for theft. If you have a defense, make it now. Tempers are right.
Please, kind sir, can you spare a few coins to feed my son? He's sick and likely to die.
Not for communal.
You bang, mate? Not a lot left. Same old, same old. The Absolute's closing in, and the Steel Watch is breathing down our necks. But still we fish. Fish mainly. The flaming fest commandeer. Make it last, eh?
Can you spare a few coins to feed my son?
be defended at any cost. I cannot falter.
Still standing, no matter what you heard. Enough circling.
Let me strike.
Thank you for cutting those creatures down, truly. Gods know what would have happened if you weren't here.
What in the name of Sylvanus were those things? I've never seen, or smelled the likes of them.
Oh, God! There's guts all over my boat!
Thought I'd be used to the smell of fish by now. Not this smell.
Please, sir.
Poor woman.
Anything would help.
for the next few 10 days.
Have it, please, thank you.
Buy your papers here.
Kind sir, can you serve us a
Apprentice with you.
Those charms all sound a bit out of my price range.
Best victuals and cures in the lower city guaranteed. What'll it be?
That's curious.
And now that you're here, the crown jewel of my research is soon to be faceted. All you have to do is drink Formula Gruner.
It was just the toast. Then a chaser. No one fixes anything unless it hurts them.
When you first entered this home, you saw the incredible latent power within your blood exposed in all its nuances. Formula Gruner will unleash that power within you. Risky, but, safe.
Do you drink everything any petty mixer places in your hand? You must have a most colorful chamber pot.
History of your citizens die of thirst. This leaky wine skins you back of habits.
Oh, marvelous. I've never been so excited for anything in all my days. Just stand over there, far over there, and drink up.
It's brewed.
Do we have a target?
I say, I am positively giddy.
It's down the docks where they dump out the fish guts.
No one fixes anything unless it hurts them personally.
All's well that ends, well, not as bad as it could have. Bet that will fit in my pack. With a flick of the wrist.
Tempers are rising. It's clear.
Excuse me, where do you think you're going?
Careful footwork.
My friend. Formula Gruner stays in the house, please. Go on, down the hatch. Tick-tock, my...
That might be worth a look. Might be useful. I should speak up.
Hello, hello. Ooh, are you the new cheese dropper? I do. Alexander was his name. He dropped all manner of morsels, but a person who drops a dwarf. He smiled and helped so many red more. He dropped such good cheeses.
This is a ritual killing. smeared with paint, among other things. This must belong to Dribbles.
Strap there. Plant your feet with care. Congratulations. And while I mulled on that solemn responsibility, you went and took care of it on your own. Well done. Truly. The path of a Balspawn is not an easy one. Nor does it ever truly end. But you found your footing where so many before you have fallen. Wherever you lead from now, we will follow. I wonder if Gortash knows just who it is he is dealing with. Lead then. Nature's servant awaits.
What's that?
My friend dared me to come here alone for a couple of mugs of ale. So here I am.
This uniform's neat, isn't it? But why am I... Oh, wait. I had a shift at the counting house. Oops.
You want a drink? Let's get one for the road.
No, you moron! We could be fired for this.
Ah, sure. But a drink never killed anyone.
Tell that to Glitterbeard. He'll have our heads. Just bugger off. Never let the kids play out in the street now.
So bad. Could be a damn sight worse. You've got a job and a place to rest your... Well, plenty don't even have that, have they? What about all those refugees?
I'd really spare nothing.
Nothing.
What about it? You want them flooding in here, driving down our wages even more?
No.
Keep me out.
Wouldn't want that.
Careful! Careful! People don't bloody look where they're walking. Can't I pace and think in peace? The cheek of you!
Yes?
Something the matter? I should hope not, after the time we spent together. My spirits are... oh? Not feeling any regrets, I hope? I'm glad. I feel the same way. Though, I'm still finding sand in my hair. I wonder what the others will think of that. But of course they will. I hope we'll have more opportunities to slip away. And make sandcastles. A bit crowded. Wonderful.
I do not... He must give it to her when the time comes. Or... Make space, and my might is good.
So, I know what my decision would be, but we're all different, of course. Perhaps if you lost a follower